Hello everyone, Rich Bonanno here from NC State Extension with another update. It's good to see you all. I know this update's been long overdue, so I'm happy to be able to spend a few minutes with you today. First, I just want to thank the staff in Forsyth County, Kim Gressley and her crew, for hosting our State Advisory Committee meeting last month. Well attended, and Kim, you and your staff did a wonderful job, so thank you very much. Talk a little bit now about what's going on in western North Carolina with the hurricane that came through. I spent 3 days up in the west, actually starting on the day that the storm came through, and I was able to spend some time with the commissioner, with some of the agents, and I really just want to thank everybody in the western part of the state for all the work that they've done. I know the bulk of the storm was centered in Haywood County and also Transylvania County, but it also spilled into Madison and Buncombe and also Henderson County. I appreciate the work that everybody's been doing to put together numbers for NCDA, for the Farm Service Agency, for all the help that they've done with the producers and the public. Certainly we lost a lot of crops. We had a lot of livestock impacts that will be felt well into the winter, but to me the human aspect is what really struck me the most, and the amount of water that came through some of those small valleys and the devastation to so many people. And so I'm thankful for everybody on our team that's been able to work with USDA, to work with county government, to work with NCDA, to try to make it a little easier for people that have been impacted by this disaster. So again, thank you all very much. Appreciate all your efforts. I know that by now we're a couple of weeks into our mandated COVID testing program that's come through NC State. I know that UNC System Office has asked that this take place. NC State has had it in place for 2 weeks. I know that A&T will start this around the 1st of September. I appreciate your compliance with this. This is designed really to help make our employees safe, help to make your family safer, and to also help our customers be safer along the way. So we put out an FAQ. Nikki had put that together last week and got that out to everybody. If you have any further questions, concerns, information that you'd like to share, always feel free to talk to your county extension director, talk to your district director, and I'm certainly willing to talk to any of you about anything going on, and Nikki Curtis is as well. So we want you to know that we want to help you as much as we can along the way during this process. I want to mention briefly about our State Extension Conference, which is scheduled at the end of October. We're still looking at some information and deciding whether or not we should go ahead with an in-person conference in Greensboro or to make it virtual. I'm using sort of what's going on with students coming back to campus as sort of a bellwether for things that could possibly cause a problem or go wrong. And I think once we get about 3 weeks into the semester or 4 weeks into the semester, we'll have a pretty good idea of what that looks like on campus, and I think that'll help us make decisions about the conference. So please stay tuned, and like I said, we'll call it one way or the other, certainly by mid-September. Appreciate your patience in all of this. We have been working, the entire program is done, so whether we have to do it virtually or whether we can do it in person, we are working to make it a really good conference for everybody. As you may know or have seen, the university has a new strategic plan that was announced recently. That has opened the door for each of the colleges here on campus to also have a strategic plan, and ultimately we will have a refined version of that plan for extension. You should have all have received an email this week about providing input for the strategic plan. Right now, all of this input is being asked for internally. In our College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, primarily there are 8 main areas. You will all be prompted to work on one of those areas, but have the opportunity to provide comment on any of the 8 topic areas. The goal is to put some drafts together, bring in some outsider groups, commodity groups, other stakeholders to help us focus on some of the areas within the strategic plan, and then once there is a full draft, we will allow just about anybody that wants to comment on the draft to be able to provide further input before the draft is finalized. So even though it looks very internal at this point, there will be plenty of opportunity for external stakeholders to provide information as we move forward. So with that, I appreciate your time and look forward to seeing you all in the near future. Take care.